entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
The Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like: ugly. Shut out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every last one of y'all hit that like or dislike button. And please don't forget to put some Coach K, Duke, full court pressure on that sub button if you're new to the channel. And please don't forget to ring that noti bell so you could be notified via email each and every time your boy Thriller, a.k.a. hamrothstein, a.k.a. Goat Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly with my words on the sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gentlemen in the Wolf Pack, welcome back. Now, first things first, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my YouTube account, my Twitter account, my Twitch account, my TikTok account, my IG account, and I believe my Facebook account. Salute. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for slipping and sliding with your boy Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. And if you hit the like button, can you please drop some threes in the chat? Let me know that you're rocking with your boy Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. Now, man, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Of course, Terrence Bud Crawford has been on this huge promotional run. We are, a little bit 61 days away from the fight of the century from taking place between Errol Spence Jr., who is the A side, and Terrence Bud Crawford. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't help but to notice this, man. And I posted this on my community wall. But a lot of you motherfuckers' energy is slowly shifting. And I mean the Earl sexuals. I'm not talking about the Terrence Crawford fans. Shout out to my motherfucking Bud buddies. I'm talking about you motherfucking Earl sexuals. Because some of you niggas just make me sick. You make me sick. And we are only 61 days. I repeat, 61 long fucking days before my guy, Terrence Bud Crawford, steps foot in that ring and do exactly what the fuck I've been saying he's going to do time and time again on every fucking live stream that I do goddamn near, right? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm starting to notice that a lot of you niggas' palms are getting sweaty. I'm starting to notice that all of you niggas' asses are getting tight. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of you niggas are getting fucking nervous because all that shit that y'all was popping leading up to this fight, a lot of you dudes ain't talking the same way. A lot of y'all comments are, you understand what I'm saying? Oh, well, you know, yeah, he look good. Oh, well, you know, I'm going to make an excuse. All this other weak ass shit, right? Because y'all know deep down, man, and the man, I'm going to play the interview. I'm not going to show the video footage because I don't want to get flagged, right? We know how YouTube play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube, right? And I'm going to pull up this account. Shout out to ESPN. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith, who did a phenomenal job during this interview that came out, I believe, what was it, last week, if I'm not mistaken? So I'm going to play the audio clips of that. And then after I dissect this interview and break this shit down like a rotisserie chicken, I'm going to go to the $1 million worth of game. I'm going to play some clips because I believe that interview was like 2 hours long, right? So we're not going to listen to the whole interview together. I'm just going to play little sound bites on IG. Shout out to Gilly. Shout out to Wallow. Make sure y'all go sub up to their channel. Hit that like button, man, because, hey, them numbers running up on that Bud interview. I know a lot of motherfuckers love to say that Terrence Crawford ain't got no personality. I know a lot of motherfuckers love to say that Terrence Crawford isn't popular. I know a lot of niggas think that Errol Spence is just this such fucking big star. But the proof is in the pudding, man. Terrence Bud Crawford, this last interview with $1 million worth of game, is doing numbers. But let me roll this clip. And once again, I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. Let's listen to what Terrence Bud Crawford, along with Errol Spence Jr., had to say in regards to their upcoming fight on July the 29th. DJ E Thriller, roll that clip.
I have been waiting for years for this right now. Joining me now are two of the best fighters on the planet Earth. Welterweight champions, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. They've announced that they'll fight one another for the undisputed welterweight crown July 29th in Las Vegas. Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford, welcome to First Take. Errol, let's start with you here. I mean, what the hell took this fight so long to happen? We've been waiting years for this. How excited are you about it, and why did it take so long, Errol?
I mean, great things take time. I mean, we both were going through, negotiations and things, but we here now. So all this stuff in the past, just the present, we here, we fighting each other, may the best man win. I feel like this is the best fight, welterweight fight of the last probably 40 years. This is the fight of the decade.
You see, Errol Spence Jr. is one slick motherfucker. Him and his Earl sexuals, they love to do this shit, man. They like to have selective amnesia whenever it comes to shit that Errol Spence done, right? You understand what I'm saying? Because these niggas love talking about shit in the past like resume. They love talking about pay-per-view sales, live gates. Terrence Bud Crawford ducked out of negotiations to go fight David Avocado. These are the things that these niggas love to say. But whenever you got a guy in Stephen A. Smith, shout out to him, shout out to ESPN, the first question he asked, which was a very fucking valid question, in my honest opinion, because I've been ultra critical of Errol Spence. I mean, hell, I do have the best series on YouTube. I have 19 parts of this shit of here's proof that Errol Spence is still ducking Terrence Bud Crawford. Facts. So I'm with Stephen A. This would be the first question I would have asked Errol Spence Jr. You understand what I'm saying? What in the hell took this fight so long from happening? And Errol Spence being the type of nigga that he is, he trying to go to the Pro Bowl. He really didn't answer the goddamn question because we know deep down in his heart of hearts, it is inescapable. A lot of you niggas love to try to defend the little talking points that Errol Spence made to this man's face at the goddamn Maurice Hooker fight up there in Oklahoma because Errol Spence was the one that said, and I quote, I know you got a belt. Sean Porter got a belt too. Sean Porter got a belt too. So why not go the easier route and knock out Sean Porter? Why not? Why not? This is what Errol Spence said. So in the midst of all that happening, if that's the case, then my whole point to you motherfuckers is, well, damn, how's the fight going to get made if Terrence Bud Crawford had to wait for Errol Spence to make up his bed? How the fuck was the fight going to get made if Terrence Bud Crawford had to wait for Errol Spence to put his clothes up and fold them and shit and put them in his closet? How in the fuck was the fight going to happen if Terrence Bud Crawford had to wait on Errol Spence to come outside and play? Because once again, he made it very fucking clear that he had to clean up his side of the street. So that's what took this goddamn fight so goddamn long. It wasn't Bob Arum. It wasn't Top Rank. It wasn't all this extra nonsense and all these fucking shenanigans that you idiots and you imbeciles love to bring up each and every time y'all come on my community tab talking that bullshit. It wasn't none of that. It was Errol Spence who all of a sudden mysteriously just out the blue, because he didn't have this plan whenever Jeff Horn had the belt. Whenever Jeff Horn had the belt, Errol Spence called that man food. He said he wanted the winner next. Facts. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Errol Spence said. And if you don't believe me, look it up. As a matter of fact, I will pull up the receipt later on in the show. But having said all of that, let's finish rolling this audio because it gets better, y'all. It gets better. This shit has been phenomenal.
The best versus the best.
Terrence Crawford, how do you feel about the fact that the fight is finally here? We know how great you are. 39-0 in your career with about 30 KOs. We know how elite you are. We know how elite Errol is. We know you've been wanting this for a long time, Terrence. How difficult has it been to wait for this fight, and how are you feeling now that it's here?
Oh, it's been very difficult, as you know. It's been frustrating, but I'm excited. I'm happy. You know, the fans is happy. Everybody's happy. You know, we here now. You know, and I'm going to show the world why I'm the best fighter on the planet. And everybody need to tune in July 29th to watch me, Errol Spence, go out there and put on a tremendous show.
Errol Spence, a lot of people look at you and they've said you've been the natural welterweight. As a matter of fact, people have wondered whether or not you was going up to junior middleweight on several occasions because you were considered the bigger guy. They've been waiting for this fight for a long time, but they felt, at least at some point years ago, that Terrence might have been a little bit smaller or too small for you because he was coming up from the junior welterweight division. Want to know your thoughts about what you think of Terrence Crawford and why and how do you think you're going to win this fight?
I'm a man of my word. Like I said, people thought I was gonna move up, but just like I told him when we encountered each other in Oklahoma, I said I'm gonna get these belts on my side, and I'm gonna come take yours. And this is where we at now, and I stood on that. Even if it was leaving me standing out the ring a whole year, if they try and get me to fight other people, it's the fight I wanted. So I stuck to my guns and was like, I'm not fighting until I fight Terrence Crawford. So my team got it going. With me, I feel like my style is basically, I'm not gonna say perfect, but it's very good. I got the jab. I feel like I might be the stronger opponent. Great body shots. He has great talent, great skills, but I feel like my ability, my will, and
Okay, I don't know what's going on with my internet again. I apologize, man. But hey, make sure y'all hit that motherfucking like button. Now back to what I was saying. Now Errol Spence is at it again because once again, man, it's cap season and not strap season. Because how in the flying fuck can Errol Spence really sit up here and say that he's a man of his word? Because hello, how soon do we forget, everybody in the motherfucking chat, that Errol Spence was offered a goddamn fight to fight Canelo Alvarez. And if you don't believe me, here goes the article. I don't know how many times I got to show this shit, but goddamn it, I'm going to keep showing it because a lot of you niggas don't listen. You don't listen. And right now it says Tom Brown, we offered Canelo $45 million for Charlo and $55 million for Spence at 164, which is a catch weight, or David Benavidez at 168. So basically, if Canelo Alvarez would have decided to forego that deal that he took from the zone, whatever he fought, Triple G, he fought Dimitri Bivol, and then I believe he just fought John Ryder or whatever the case may be, right? If he would have foregone that and bypassed that offer, he would have had to pick of the litter. He would have been fighting Charlo for sure. And I mean, one would only suppose, based off of his energy towards the David Benavidez, he would have been fighting Errol Spence opposed to David Benavidez at a catch weight. One can only assume that, right? So, my nigga, if you would have really moved up to 164 pounds, you mean to sit up here and tell me, your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, that you wasn't going to leave the division if Canelo Alvarez would have answered the bell? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. You see, I am the king of whooping a motherfucker with his own words. My best quality is my ears because I listen and I can negate and weed through all the bullshit that certain niggas be saying. And that's why I get on Errol Spence because, man, it would be a lot easier for you, my brother, if you were just to be honest and say, look, man, I had the opportunity to fight Canelo. You know, Canelo, he did what he wanted to do. He's the cash cow. He decided to go with the zone. So I doubled back and I spent the block and I said, hey, Al, let's try to make this fight with Terrence Bud Crawford. But let me go ahead and pull this clip back up. And once again, I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. Let's finish this audio.
He just finished saying that he wanted to be a man of his word, that he promised you before he moved on from the welterweight division, if that were to ever occur, that he was going to get those 3 belts and come and then take yours. First, how do you feel about...
I promised the fans. I promised
my bad. You promised the fans. How do you feel about him having made that promise and lived up to that promise? And what do you think you're going to do to Errol Spence Jr. July 29th?
Well, I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, I've been wanting this fight. Everybody been knowing I've been wanting this fight. he said he was going to take the easy route and go, you know, handle what he had to handle. And he did that. So now, you know, he got to live up to his word and coming to take this belt. You know, the last one is always the hardest one. And I assure you, it won't be like none of the other fights. You know, he believed in his style. I believe in my style. You know, it's going to be a great fight. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Speaking to that point, hey, man, I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, and I really wish I could show the visuals, but you know YouTube be on some other shit. But, man, Terrence Crawford, man, this man truly looks like he is very happy to get this fucking fight because it's been a long time coming, y'all. This man just has the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's been blamed. His name been dragged through the mud. He's been called a duck this. He's been criticized for being on the wrong side of the street. He's been criticized for not being able to sell pay-per-views. He's been criticized for being super fucking boring and all this extra shit. And now that the moment has finally arrived to where he's finally getting the quote-unquote big fish in the ring, the guy that everybody said was the boogeyman at 147 before Terrence Bud Crawford moved up to that weight class, right? He gets to show the world why all that shit that y'all be saying about his resume is going to be obsolete. All that shit that y'all been saying about his pay-per-view numbers and him not doing the same live gates as Earl Spence Jr., aka the Big Fish, would be null and void. He is going to be able to prove to the motherfucking world why all this bullshit and all these fucking fictitious ass narratives that a lot of you Neanderthals have been popping on YouTube for 5 years plus will all be by the wayside because, man, oh man, this dude looks like he is primed to go into the ring and put on a spectacular performance. I'm expecting for Terrence Bud Crawford to show up and show out, man, because we know deep down in our heart of hearts, whenever the lights are the brightest, that's when he shines the most. He's been on the biggest of biggest stages, whether you motherfuckers want to give him credit for it or not. Yeah, I said it. And I didn't stutter. Back to this interview I go.
Terrence, a lot of us been talking about Errol for years because obviously he's undefeated and he's a champion. He's got 3 belts. We know how great he is. Even though we all recognize that you are great, there have been times when you and I have run across one another, when I've seen you talking to other people, and you seem to wear this belief on your shoulders, on your sleeves, that cats don't believe in me as much as they should. Do you feel this fight is like career defining for you? You've got to win this fight in spectacular fashion for you to get the respect you believe that you deserve?
Well, it's always like that. Every fight is you know, like that for me. You know, every fight is meaningful. Every fight is, you know, I need to win this fight. And I'm, you know, 100% certain Errol feel the same. So, you know, there's a lot riding on this fight. You know, this is the biggest fight in boxing in decades, you know. So, you know, of course, I want to go out there and put on a tremendous show and win in spectacular fashion. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm ready to go next week if it was need be, you know. But at the same time, everything, you know, has its time. The sun shine on everybody, and you know, the sun gonna shine on me July 29th.
I'll throw this question out to both y'all, and Errol, I'll ask you first. We talk about the welterweight division here. You talked about, Errol, you just said something, Errol, a few minutes ago when you talked about this being maybe the greatest fight in the welterweight division in the last 40 years or something. Well, let me remind you of some of those fights. We got Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy the Hitman Hearns. We had Hearns versus Roberto Duran. We had somebody, even though Pepino Cuevas ain't on that level, he was still good and he was a champion until Hearns put him to sleep in 2 rounds. We saw Alexis Aguero versus Aaron Pryor. We've seen a whole bunch of great welterweight fights.
And this fight up there with all of them.
Hey man, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a lot to remain to be seen because, man, that's a very bold statement from Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm kind of with Stephen A on that. Of course, on paper, this fight is damn near bigger than all of them. But we got to see how they collide whenever they step in that square circle because it could end up being a chess match. We don't know. Or, you know, just to play devil advocate, you know, they could go balls to the wall and just go all out. You understand what I'm saying? Like Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Tommy the Hitman Hearns, right? It remains to be seen. But I would absolutely love for this to be the fight of the century and the best welterweight fight known to man because I can tell my grandkids about this shit.
Definitely.
When people talk about this fight, they're going to say Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns. They're going to say Alessio Guerrero, all that. This fight up there with all of them.
Where I was going was, it is right now on paper. But when you get in that ring, two undefeated fighters that's capable of knocking you out are going up against one another. So give us a taste of what we should expect to see July 29th based on the history that I just threw your way.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You see Terrence Crawford, you see his body of work, you see my body of work when I get in the ring. Yeah, everybody already know. As soon as I get in the ring, I'm stepping. And I expect him to step too. We're going to put on a great show and a great performance.
Hey, man, you heard what the Big Fish said. He said as soon as that bell ring, he's going to be stepping. And one can only surmise that he means he's going to be walking Terrence Bud Crawford down. Palm behind that jab, trying to find his way on the inside to rough up Terrence Crawford and use his size and girth and his strength at the 147-pound division, right? But Terrence Bud Crawford, hey, man, I'm just telling y'all, this brother is different, man. And I know Errol Spence is a great fighter. I've never once said that he wasn't great. I just don't think he's better than Terrence Crawford. I mean, it's obvious to me. And if y'all don't know this by now, in the sport of boxing and the sweet science, it's levels to this shit. It's levels to this shit, man. I mean, you can have a great fighter in there with a fucking all-time great, and you will see the levels in between the two. You know, kind of similar to a motherfucking Floyd Money Mayweather and a Canelo Alvarez at the time whenever they fought. Now, we know Canelo is now an all-time great, but he was a great fighter back then, but Floyd was just levels above him. He washed Canelo, 10 rounds to 2? Probably won all 12 rounds. I'm just trying to be generous to Canelo, right? You see what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, hey, man, this is going to be a hell of a fight, a hell of a fight. Now, let's transition over to $1 million worth of game. Once again, I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. And before I roll this, can y'all hit my like button? Because let me see. Hold on, y'all. My computer's still tripping. I got about 76 people in here with 51 likes. Can y'all please hit my like button? Can y'all drop a 3 in the chat? And please hit the goddamn like button if you're enjoying the show and the festivities of E-Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso. Please hit that fucking like button. But back to the video I go. Let me see. All right, so this is on $1 million worth of game. Make sure y'all go sub up to that channel. I'm going to show the visuals on this one. I think I should be Gucci on this. As a matter of fact, no, let me play it safe. Let me play it safe. I ain't gonna do it. But let's roll that shit, Thriller.
Crawford, right? Now look at Errol Spence, right? I say Bud is more accomplished.
Facts. Everybody know that.
3-division champion, undisputed champion. When I look at Errol Spence, I say Errol Spence fought better competition. And I say that because PBC had better competition at 147 pounds than Top Rank. Whereas there was other divisions where Top Rank got better fighters at that weight division than PBC. But it just so happened that the welterweight division had Danny Garcia, had Sean Porter, had Keith Thurman, had Errol Spence. That's 5 fighters right there in one that's signed to one promotional company that was considered the top 5 fighters in the world at that time. Do you know in that division? When I look at Bud.
Okay, so to Gilly's point, because a lot of you Earl sexuals love to run with this narrative that Errol Spence resume is just so much better than Terrence Crawford's at 147 pounds. Even though Errol Spence beat a bunch of hand-me-downs. A lot of you motherfuckers don't want to acknowledge the facts of the facts, but I'm going to state it yet again. Yeah, I said it, and I didn't stutter. Errol Spence beat Keith Thurman leftovers because, hey, I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but hello, Keith Thurman fought Danny Garcia before Errol Spence even fought him. Hello, Sean Porter fought Danny Garcia before Errol Spence had the opportunity to fight him, because do y'all remember Errol Spence was begging these guys who are on the quote-unquote same side of the street with the PBC, all being advised by the great Al Heyman, and I say that sarcastically, right? Errol Spence couldn't buy a fucking fight. He couldn't buy a fight. I mean, just go watch my 19-part series where Errol Spence was bitching and moaning and complaining about, oh, I shouldn't be a champion and have to beg these other guys for a fight. They don't want to fight. I'm Free Smoke Jr. This is the type of shit that Errol Spence was saying before he was able to be in position to where he can pick and choose and kind of call his shots along with Al Heyman, right? So we already know this is bullshit. So I don't know why everybody keep acting like, oh, his resume is so much better than Bud's because he fought these guys before Bud. But y'all failed to mention that all these other niggas that Errol Spence fought have already had multiple losses or already lost to a Keith Thurman, or some of these niggas had already lost to a Sean Porter, a la your Danis Ugas. Hello. How soon do we forget? But for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because they had the belts. I don't know if it's because they pro PBC, but y'all love to give these niggas credit. Well, really, Errol Spence all this goddamn credit for doing some shit that has already been done. So to me, that shit doesn't matter. And speaking of Kell Brook, who, in my honest opinion, it's Errol Spence's best win at 147. It ain't no fucking little Mikey Garcia who moved up from 135 after fighting Robert Easter or some bullshit like that because he thought he saw something in Errol Spence's game. It's not no fucking Mikey Garcia. Bullshit. I'm going to say it's Kell Brook. But can we honestly sit up here and say that we can give Errol Spence full credit for fighting a Kell Brook, who was a good fighter at the time? I'm not taking nothing away from him, right? But the facts are the facts. And here are the facts. Kell Brook moved up 2 weight classes as well. And at the time, he fought a guy who was deemed a boogeyman in the middleweight division, Triple G, right? Triple G beat the dog fuck out of him, broke his orbital bone and shit like that. And then what was it, 8 or 9 months later, Kell Brook moved back down in weight to face who? Errol Spence Jr. He faced Errol Spence, and he had to defend his IBF crown. Now, of course, he was on his home soil. Errol Spence went overseas and did what the fuck he had to do. It was a phenomenal performance. But let's not sit up here and act like we didn't see Kell Brook dinging on Errol Spence. Let's not sit up here and do that. Let's not sit up here and act like that Kell Brook wasn't the same, because he wasn't. He was not the same fighter. I don't give a fuck what y'all try to say, which is why Errol Spence was able to maul him down eventually and chop that body down like a tree and ultimately made that nigga quit. He made him quit. He fucked up his other eye. So I say all that to say, can we really give Errol Spence full credit? I'm going to give him some credit, but I'm not going to give him all this credit that you Errol sexuals love to come on my panel and on my goddamn community page. Give him for fighting a guy that had already taken a loss, who moved up 2 weight classes just to move 2 weight classes right back down, who really didn't have a fully time to heal that goddamn orbital bone. You understand what I'm saying? To fight Errol Spence Jr. I mean, where they do that at? And we all know that Bud fought a version of Kell Brook that wasn't the same as well. So to me, that is a wash, right? And everybody loves to make such a big deal on Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, oh, he didn't need a tune-up. Oh, he came back and fought Danny Garcia after the car wreck. But would you niggas believe me if I were to tell you, and I hope y'all sitting down for this shit, right? I hope y'all niggas sitting down for this shit. But Errol Spence was planning on facing Danny Garcia before the car wreck even fucking happened. Yeah, I said it. I'm not making this shit up. The facts are the facts. In fact, if you go back and watch that fight after Sean Porter, guess who jumped in the ring with Errol Spence? Danny Garcia, right? It is what it is. So once again, I don't know why y'all giving all this full credit, because yeah, I know what you're saying. Some of the Errol sexuals in the chat are going to be saying, oh, well, Danny Garcia was a mandatory. Well, we all know that unification trump mandatories. So if it was really strap season and not cap season, the man would have tried to start off the fight Bud, which goes back to Stephen A's original question at the beginning of that interview on ESPN. What in the hell took so long for this fight to happen? Well, I tell you, it was Errol Spence that had this magnificent plan to clean up his fucking side of the street before he faced Terrence Bud Crawford. I get it. The man was trying to be the A side. He was trying to position himself to get all these belts, right? The great Al Heyman had this magnificent plan for him and Keith Thurman, because really, this is Keith Thurman's playbook. All Errol Spence is doing is remixing this shit, and he just took it and ran with it, right? But a lot of you niggas love to bring this shit up and try to shit on Terrence Crawford like, oh, well, my guy's been doing all this goddamn heavy lifting. My guy's been winning all the straps. Well, my nigga, it was designed for him to win all the straps. That was the plan. That was the fucking plan. I mean, don't you Neanderthals get it? And a lot of niggas love to say, well, why did Bud re-sign with Top Rank? Why didn't he go over to the PBC? Well, I got a question for you motherfuckers too. Do y'all really believe that if Terrence Bud Crawford would have decided to forego his contract with top rank in 2018. If let's just say for the sake of the argument, he would have went over there to the PBC or Mayweather Promotions, because that's really where I wanted him to go. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm a Flomo. I'm willing to admit that, right? But anyway, can we really sit up here and say that he would have got those fights right out the bat? Because once again, a point that I just made earlier, Errol Spence was begging for these niggas to fight him, and he was on the same side of the fucking street. He couldn't get a Sean Porter in the ring, right? For years. He couldn't get a goddamn Danny Garcia whenever he got the belt, which was vacated, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He couldn't get him in the ring. And we all know that Keith One-Time Thurman was running around here saying that the boy ain't ready. I want to fight Errol Spence for not one belt, not two belts, not three belts, but boom, I want to fight him for all the belts, because instead of making $1 to $2 million, we could make way more money down the road. That's what Keith Thurman was saying whenever he came to Errol Spence. And everybody back in the day, including myself, called Keith Thurman the duck. We wasn't trying to hear that shit because we didn't like the politics. We wanted to see the best go up against the motherfucking best. Facts, E-Thriller, facts. But a lot of you niggas want to, give Errol Spence his pass for essentially doing the same shit that Keith Thurman was doing. You same niggas was criticizing Keith Thurman back in the day, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because you niggas are so biased or you hate Keith because he had a fucking ponytail or some shit like that. But y'all niggas love the shit on Keith, but don't keep that same goddamn energy for Errol Spence Jr. using the same fucking playbook that the Keith Thurman was using. But let me go ahead
and I'm not no hater, so I don't want people. And I'm not no hater, so I don't want people to just be like, I'm hating on Spence, because I'm a fan of Spence. You know what I mean? I'll just go kick his ass when we fight. That's all.
I like that.
But listen, when Spence fought Kell Brook had went up to fight Triple G. He was too small. He got crushed. At that point in time, they rushed him within months to get back down to 147 to fight Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Of course, the dude wasn't healed. Eyes still messed up. You know what I mean? Weight drained, all that. Errol Spence wore him down, then, you know what I mean, broke him down. Credit. The difference between when I fought him, he was already, you know what I mean, fighting. He was on a 3-fight winning streak. You know what I mean? So he's not coming off a loss. He's not coming off of injury. The man said it out his own mouth. This is the best I ever felt in my career. You know what I mean? And that is that. And I'm not no hater, so I don't want people to just be like, I'm hating on Spence, because I'm a fan of Spence. You know what I mean? I'll just go kick his ass when we fight. That's all.
I like that.
But listen, when Spence fought.
Okay, so y'all heard what the pound for pound king, aka Terrence Bud Crawford, aka the illest man from Nebraska, had to say in regards to Kell Brook. And you can tell that both of these dudes, man, they be listening to YouTube, because these are a lot of the same talking points that us content creators and, people are fans of YouTube that, go around these fucking panels and chats and environment and use all the time, right? Because he's spot on with this shit. I just said this shit in my, 20-minute rant, that Kell Brook was not the same goddamn Kell Brook before, you understand what I'm saying? He fought Triple G. He was not the same whenever he fought Errol Spence, and that is a fact. That ain't hating. Telling the truth ain't hating. A lot of you niggas love to say, oh, your Terrence Crawford is hating on Errol Spence because he's giving constructive criticism. It's valid criticism. The same way that y'all try to say that Bud ain't fought nobody, well, the same shit can go for Errol Spence whenever it comes to certain things on his resume. Like I pointed out earlier, Errol Spence fought a lot of hand-me-downs. But let me find another clip. Hold on, y'all. I think
go to sleep. Go ahead. You dreaming, man.
Okay, so this is Terrence Bud Crawford, and once again, I don't own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. Please don't flag my account, YouTube. Now let's listen to the boogeyman get at Jerron Boots Ennis, because man, I got a whole lot to say about Boots. But let's hear what Bud had to say.
You talking in your dreams, man?
My fight. Yeah, we asked for that fight plenty of times, yo. Plenty of times.
When?
Plenty of times.
What's plenty? When?
Man, you already
you
know
fronting.
You know what's
you
up.
Fronting now. Don't front for Gilly now.
No fronting. No
all
fronting.
Right.
Keep it at being though. We know we asked for that fight plenty of times.
When? That's what I'm saying. When? You keep saying keep it a buck. I'm saying when.
Plenty of
now
times.
You saying one thing and your dad saying another. So when?
What you mean?
You saying one thing and your dad saying another thing. So what is what?
We asked for that fight. I've been asking for that fight since 2018. What are you talking about? Since I was a baby.
You been asking to fight me since 2018.
All the top guys. Man.
Cut it. You believe that? You a fool. You believe that? You a fool. He's drunk. He's sleepy. Go to sleep.
Go ahead.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams,
Don't want
man.
my fight. Yeah, we asked for that fight plenty of times, yo. Plenty of times.
When?
Plenty of times.
What's plenty? When?
Man.
All right, man. So y'all just heard Boots in his cap and talking about, hey, man, we've been asking for that fight since 2018. And speaking of which, let me do this real quick. Let me remove this because we're going to go through this man's resume. Shout out to BoxRec. This is like my favorite goddamn thing to do. Whenever I pull up receipts, BoxRec never lies, right? So let's just go out to Jerron Boots in his BoxRec. Let's go back to dating to 2018 because that's what the man said. I'm not making this shit up. I played the clip twice. Y'all heard it for yourself. So in 2018, matter of fact, let me show y'all. This is Jerron Boots Ennis. He's 30-0 with 27 KOs, right? Shout out to Philly. Shout out to all my niggas from Philly. This ain't personal. This is just me being honest. This guy in 2018 was fighting guys by the name of Gustavo Garibay. He was fighting guys by the likes of Samuel Amoka. I don't even know how to say these niggas' names. He fought a guy by the name of Mike Arenatis. Really? I mean, really? You was begging to fight Terrence Bud Crawford in 2018? Can I interest you in Armando Alvarez? Or what about a Raymond Serrano? Who the fuck are these niggas? And shout out to my nigga, the BFB Master Q, because he loves saying exhibitions. This is a plethora. And I mean a plethora, a fucking mouthful of fucking exhibitions. Who is this dude? Franklin Manani? I don't know how to say these names. That was in 2019. So can we really honestly sit up here and say that Jerron Boots Ennis was trying to fight Terrence Bud Crawford based off of his resume alone? I wait. I will fucking wait. You're capping, Boots. Yeah, I mean, you're capping. And I've been meaning to do a show about Jerron and Bozy Ennis a long time. As a matter of fact, I did one about 6 months ago. Y'all can go fact check me because I'm going to be honest. I said it 6 months ago. I think the show title was like Jerron Boots Ennis should stop chasing Errol Spence because he was obviously busy at the time because he had the whole mandatory situation that he requested to fight Keith Thurman. I mean, at 154, how soon do we forget this shit? I mean, I'm not making it up. Just go do your research because I get tired of dropping out these fucking receipts because a lot of you imbeciles don't even read anyway. I don't even think half you niggas graduated because you don't fucking read, my brother. Read. You niggas don't read, period. End of discussion. But he was trying to fight Keith Thurman at 154 with no straps on the line. I don't know how that shit works. But anyway, I digress on that point. Back to what the fuck I was saying. But yeah, I forgot what the fuck I was saying. But yeah, Jerron Boots Ennis. I did a show 6 months ago talking about instead of chasing Errol Spence, why don't you fill that fucking petition out for the WBO? Because see, a lot of these niggas love to forget the facts, right? And Jerron Boots Ennis was second. He was ranked second in the WBO rankings behind who? Virgil Ortiz, who decided to go to the WBA route, pardon me, which is why he's fighting Stanionis. And we all know that Jerron Boots Ennis, instead of trying to file a petition to fight the boogeyman, you know, the number one pound for pound fighter in the sport of boxing, you know, the man that has been defending his straps to no end at 147, right? The super champion, the most dangerous man in the sport of boxing. Yeah, I said it. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of doing that, he decided to go fight a Karen. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Matter of fact, hold on. Am I even looking at this shit? Okay, y'all see it. So let me zoom in so y'all can see this shit. Because I want y'all to see his resume because he claims that this is what he said. Once again, I didn't say this shit, but he said it. He claims that he wanted to fight Bud in 2018. In 2018. Really? So let's go through this shit again because obviously y'all couldn't see it. That's my fault. So let's go back through this rundown. He fought a guy by the name of Gustavo Garibay, who was 13-9 with 2 draws. He fought a guy by the name of Samuel Amoka, 23-17. That shit sound like a fucking frappuccino or something at Starbucks. I don't know who that is. And then he fought a guy by the name of Mike Arenatis, who was 26-10. Okay, knocked him out in 2 rounds. Shout out to Boots. He fought a guy by the name of Armando Alvarez, who is 18-0. I would give him credit for that, even though, once again, I don't know who the fuck this is. He fought a dude by the name of Raymond Serrano. He was 24-5, solid record. I guess I give him credit for that. But outside of that, ain't none of them niggas that I just mentioned on the level of Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm sorry. So you ain't going to be able to sit up here and convince me that Terrence Crawford was ducking you. Hell, you can't even sit up here and convince me that Errol Spence was ducking you, because Errol Spence said, hey, man, you better, you know what I'm saying? You better pipe down, because I'm the motherfucking big fish. And if you go fishing for some shit, you might pull out a fish that you don't want out the goddamn sea. This is what he told the man straight at the motherfucking fight. What fight was that? After Boots fight or some shit like that, when they was trying to call out Errol Spence. Hell, he even called out Errol. But my nigga, you did all this shit to position yourself to fight Errol Spence, but you was a lot closer in the WBO rankings to fight a Bud Crawford. So I don't know why this dude is lying. I don't know why he capping. And then it was a narrative running out there that Bud was never trying to fight Boots because of this whole Avenesian situation. And in fact, I think one of these content creators, shout out to him, I'm going to say his name, shout out to Blue Blood, who works in unison or works hand-to-hand with BLK Prime, reached out to Bozy and Jerron Ennis, or Bozy or some shit like that, and Steven Espinoza, and was trying to inquire about a fight between Jerron Boots Ennis, the same nigga that y'all love to pin off on Terrence Crawford, right? They was trying to see, hey, man, you know, we can make this fight on BLK Prime. But Bozy allegedly said, this is what he said. I didn't say this shit, but he said, holla at Showtime. Holla at my people at Showtime. We loyal to Showtime. But I'm going to do a show on this shit later on this week, because I got so many angles and ways I can attack. I mean, oh, my Lord. But let me pull up another interview. I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. Boots, you got to stop capping, bro. I like you, but, you know, even though I think your fans like to bloviate about your skills and claim you the next Roy Jones and you'll knock out Canelo. I mean, I had all kind of goofy-ass dudes saying this weird-ass shit on my panels about a Jerron Boots in it. So a lot of you dudes are sipping the Kool-Aid. Let me see if this is the right one. Hold on, y'all.
Good night, sir. Continue with you.
Okay, so I think we already saw that one. As a matter of fact, I think this one is about...
He was cool at one point in time.
Okay, so let me pause it. This is about Jermell Charlo. Terrence Bud Crawford was asked about Jermell Charlo. Let's hear what he had to say.
You know what I mean? Like, me and Charlo was cool. Like, his brothers, all that. You know what I mean? Like, I always was cool with this guy. Him, his twin, and his older brother. But, like, for some odd reason, once I moved up in weight and, you know what I mean, started calling out Spence and, you know what I mean, that's his stablemate, he jumped in it. Like, dude, you know what I mean? Mind your business. Stay on the sideline. You can be like, man, Spence my guy, you know what I mean? But I'm cool with Bud, you know what I mean? I'm going to let them handle that as men. You know what I mean? Don't be, Spence going to knock you out. Oh, you know, man, we smoking Bud over here, like doing all that.
Hold that thought, Bud. I got about 90-something people in here, man, with 69 likes. Can y'all please hit my like button? I mean, god damn, I don't want to hurt nobody. Can y'all please hit my like button? Pretty please.
Nigga be all online, have y'all laughing and shit. You don't even want to spend $9. Nigga be all online, have y'all laughing and shit. You don't even want to spend $9. You don't want to buy one song for $128. Get the fuck right now. But you always want to come on my live and look at me. But you always want, but you can't spend $1.50 on a song.
Shout out to the peeping Toms in the building. I know there's a lot of niggas on YouTube that hate my guts, and I'm probably your favorite YouTuber, and they done probably bit a lot of my shit. Can y'all niggas hit my goddamn like button and put some respect on the grind? Please, pretty please. And the Cash App is open if you want to donate to the channel. It's the Black Picasso 209. Once again, the Black Picasso 209. Please hit that like button, and please sub up to the channel, my new channel. Try to get the fucking numbers up to 1,000 so I can get monetized on that account. So I need everybody that really fuck with your boy E-Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. Can y'all put some Coach K Duke full court pressure on that like button on my other channel that's pinned at the top of the chat? And then make sure you sub up to that channel so we can get them watch hours up, so we can get them numbers up, so I can get monetized, so I can start trying to get super chats yet again, because I got reported by a lame. Yeah, I said it. It is what it is. But back to the video I go. Let's run it.
that girl stuff, man. We don't do that shit. Like, just like Broner. You know what I mean? Broner, you know what I mean? He kept it G. I gotta respect him. Like, you know what I mean? I'm cool with you, but I'm more cooler with Spence, and you know what I mean? I believe Spence gonna beat you. Like, he told me that to my face.
Yeah.
But he not going on, you know what I mean, social media. He not
fuck Terrence Crawford.
Man, Terrence Crawford, man, Errol gonna knock him out and doing all that other extra stuff. And then, you know what I mean?
So he got to see you.
Yes. He was cool.
Hey, man, y'all heard it from Terrence Bud Crawford, man. And shout out to AB, shout out to the Can, man. He liked this video because what he's saying is some real shit. Like, Charlo, if me and you had a relationship prior to me moving up to 147, right? And I mean, it's just competition at the end of the day. Everybody trying to feed their family. Everybody want to be the best in the sport of boxing, hell, in anything, right? So the little friendly rivalry that Terrence Crawford has with Errol Spence really ain't got shit to do with the Charlos. Now, I get it. If you want to, you know, give your honest opinion about how you think the fight is going to go, that's cool. But whenever you start saying all this extra shit is, you know, Terrence Crawford is alluding to here, you know, you kind of come off as being a snake. You kind of come off as being, you know, a closet hater because you ain't been getting no recognition like Terrence Bud Crawford. You ain't never got no recognition, even though you undisputed like a Errol Spence. Hell, a lot of people feel like Errol Spence is way better than you, even though you have accomplished more in the sport of boxing. Now, you don't sell as much as Errol Spence, but you are undisputed, and you have fought the best at 154. So I would give you credit for that. But for you to do the shit that Terrence Bud Crawford is alluding to, I'm going to have to agree with Bud. He's right. He's spot on. Nigga, all you got to say is, look, man, I fuck with Bud, but I fuck with Earl more, similar to Adrian Broner, and I'm going to ride with Earl all day. That ain't no different than the Deontay Wilder, who every time I see him get asked by this fight, he like, hey, man, I'm cool with Terrence. He cool, but I rock with Earl a little more, so I got to ride with my guy because he always ride with me. That's real. You feel what I'm saying? But whenever you got a nigga that was acting one way before you moved up to a division, and then as soon as you moved up to the division, I guess you and him kind of feeling like he's a threat to y'all fucking supremacy. Now you want to get on this old sneak dissing, Terrence Crawford ain't did this. Oh, Bob Arrow don't give a shit about you. Your own promoter don't give a fuck about you. Y'all remember that shit?
Shut up. Be quiet. Humble yourself. Shut up. Be quiet. Humble yourself.
Do y'all remember? You feel what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that Jamel Charlo was saying, which was funny as fuck, by the way. I thought the shit was funny, but Bud has some merit to what he's saying is essentially my point. So in conclusion, man, this build-up has been phenomenal. I'm loving how these fighters have been going back and forth. I would like to point out, and I want to pose this question to everybody in the chat and anybody who want to come on my panel and rock with me tonight. Hey, man, are y'all going to give Bud credit for promoting this fight? Because I've been seeing him doing way more promotion of this fight than the Errol Spence Jr. Now, granted, Earl did go on his old lady channel. You know, he did an interview before the fight got announced. I give him credit for that. And he did do the ESPN interview. But when is he going to go on $1 million worth of game and answer them tough-ass questions from Gilly and Wallow? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. Quiet minds will want to know. But back to the comments. I go. But shout out to these fighters, man, because we got 61 days and I cannot wait. I still can't believe this fight is about to happen, y'all. Like, it is just, it's a surreal feeling, man. So shout out to everybody in this chat, man. Shout out to the playback gang. What I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to read some of these comments. I ain't going to be able to read all of them. And then I'm going to drop the link and let y'all come on and rock. I'm going to go over the panel etiquette and things of that nature. But back to the comments I go. Let me remove this because I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about tonight. 61 days away, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me hold on. Let me go to the top. And as a matter of fact, before I forget, shout out to my nigga D-Town Blaster, man, for sending me a Cash App donation the other day. I wasn't live. Shout out to General Big Fish and the BFB Master Q. I believe they went live on Saturday. They held it down for the channel, man. So shout out. It was the Wright brothers takeover. They invaded the motherfucking Wolf Pack and basically kicked me out of my own motherfucking channel and said, look, nigga, you can't come on because we gonna do the show, right? But in the midst of all that happening, shout out to D-Town Blaster for sending me that Cash App. And you already know I got to get you right, fam. Get a black, 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 Only gonna be tired of me. Shout out to D-Town Blaster. And also, I cannot forget my dog, Sly Tendencies, who also sent me a Cash App donation on Saturday. I just didn't have the time to thank you. So once again, my brother, I appreciate you for donating to the channel. And you already know, I got to get you right, fam. Hit it! Man, y'all let me know in the chat if my internet or my mic is going in and out, because I'm trying to press the play button on some of these clips, but it's lagging on my end. So I hope y'all can hear me and I hope y'all can see the clips. And if they playing multiple times, then I apologize, man. This shit is out of my hands. I don't know what's going on. I got to get AT&T out here, man. But it was hard to get the motherfuckers out here on a what was it? Holiday. Shout out to everybody in this bitch, man. But back to the comments. I go. Let me see. Let me scroll to the Tizop. Let me see where we at, man. I got a lot of comments already, man. I got a lot of comments, man. YouTube ain't playing with my numbers tonight. They ain't playing with my numbers tonight. Got a nigga feeling like this shit.
On the live where I see numbers. Oh, I'm getting flashback. 7,000 people. Oh, I ain't seen this since my face. Man, I just got flashback. Man, I got 6,000 people. Man, I got flashback. Man, I used to have 70,000 people alive, man.
I'm saying, man, ever since they demonetized my channel, my numbers have got low. I don't be getting no suggested videos on my analytics. My notifications ain't going through. People saying E-Thriller, I ain't even know you was live. So that's why y'all got to sub up to that new channel, man, so we can crack the algorithm again and so we can grow in the motherfucking pack. Pretty please. It's pinned at the top. And I'm still trying to scroll my way to the top. God damn. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all showing up and showing out. All right, I'm at the top. What up to my guy? UNICY in the building. He said E-Thriller was popping, was cracking. How are you, kind sir? Shout out to my nigga Boxing Guy in the building. He said E-Thriller the Black Picasso, ready to hear you paint these words, pictures so vividly. I had to add it so vividly to it. I apologize. But anyway, he said, I put the full court press on that like button, 504 in the chat. Salute to the panel. Salute. Shout out to my nigga Al Moolah. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Can y'all hear me in the motherfucking chat? Because I think I'm getting kicked out. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Shout out to my nigga Young Money, man. I see you, boy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I see you. Was popping. Hold on, y'all. My shit lagging. Hold on. Let me get this shit right. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all drop a 3 in the chat if y'all can hear me now, man. I'm trying to. Okay, y'all can hear me. Appreciate that, X, man. All right, bet. That's a bit. All right, let me get back to these comments. What up to one of my day ones, man? WJ Luggett.
Yes, sir.
He said, salute Go Thriller and the Wolfpack. I can't wait to hear it until July 29th. Gotta put these extreme Spence fans out of their misery. Facts. Big facts. I can't stand them motherfuckers. I just, and I'm not talking about General Big Fish, and I'm not talking about Q. I'm not talking about none of the Earl sexuals that come on my channel and on my panel. I'm talking about the niggas that be lurking on my community tab. I can't stand you. I hate you niggas with a passion. I really do. But it's just boxing talk. I'm just talking shit, y'all. Shout out to the Earl sexuals. What up, Juice Lee? He said, salute, was popping. How are you? Shout out to, is that Stephen Brimley? Is that Stephen Brimley?
Is that Stephen Brimley?
Let me finish speaking,
no,
please.
Nigga, shut your whole ass. Is that Stephen Brimley?
Let me finish speaking,
no, nigga,
please.
shut your whole ass up.
No, I'm not a hoe, man. Don't talk to me like that, bro. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. Shut the fuck up for a fucking second. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man, I think my shit's still lagging, but we gonna make it, man. Like Jada Kiss and Styles P. We gonna make it. We gonna make it. Yeah. What up to the big homie of the panel, Mr. Golden, man, a.k.a. Back End Money. He said, E3, what's up, little bro? What's popping? How are you, kind sir? Let me see, man. Shout out to my guy, Just the Guy. He said 402 stand up. I see you. What's popping? Yeah. Who else in this bitch? Shout out to my nigga Boxing Nerd from Canada, man. 101. He said, what's good? E3 was popping. What up, Jamal? Here go my guy right here, man. Shout out to Dano, man, in the building with his boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. What's popping, fam? He got the salute emoji. Salute. What up? It don't matter. Yeah. All right, let me see, man. Shout out to my dog Woo36. He said there's going to be a whole lot of Boots fans after Crawford gives Earl that man down treatment. Hey, and Earl been saying it's going to be a one-sided ass whooping. I think that's what's going to happen, but it's going to be, you know how ironic that shit going to be? Because I feel like Bud is going to whoop his I do. I feel like Bud going to whoop his ass, y'all. That's just me. I think Bud is going to pull off, and I got him stopping Earl Spence in about round 10 or 11. I say that motherfucker going to sleep experts to about 10 or 11. That's what I say. But, you know, we'll see. He said it's almost there, E3, but about to yet again show the world why he is the best fighter in the world. Yeah, man, I appreciate you. What up to my nigga Big Blunts? I see you. What's popping? He said salute E3 and the whole motherfucking wolf pack. What's popping, man? What's shaking? What up, Lonnie? He said, and we found out whose side was really holding up the fight, but the Earl sexual quiet about the facts. LOL. And speaking to that point, man, because let me get back to the resume shit, because I did it. Of course, I've done a million shows on this shit, but I did one a couple of months ago asking the Earl sexuals to give me a valid answer, because I want to know, because everybody loves to say that Earl Spence has a much better resume than Bud at 147. I bet. So let's just roll with that logic. I need to know from any one of you Earl sexuals that decide to click on my link, or any one of you Earl sexuals in the playback game, or any one of you motherfuckers that love to lurk on my community page, shout out to y'all. I would love to know, out of all the people that Earl Spence fought before Bud, right? Or the niggas that Bud hadn't fought, like a Mikey Garcia and shit like that, any of your Danis Ugas, which one of them niggas are you picking to beat Terrence Bud Crawford? I want to know, would you pick a Mikey Garcia to defeat Terrence Bud Crawford? Or can I interest you in a Jordanis Ugas? I know y'all gonna bring up the amateur shit, but this is the fucking pros. Bud will beat the dog shit out of Jordanis Ugas. Yeah, I said it. I want to know. Y'all drop something in the chat, or whenever you pull up on the panel, let me know. Out of everybody that Earl Spence has fought with all this heavy lifting, which one of them dudes can beat Terrence Bud Crawford? I don't see it. But to each his own. What up, Milton? I ain't never seen you in here. What's poppin'? He said Earl duck. The question here, yeah, Duck's gonna duck, bro. We already know what time it is. Niggas love to try to rewrite history and play stupid and act like, oh, Earl ain't been ducking and you got to do this and you got to apologize. Fuck all that. You can't rewrite history, because I got 19 parts of facts of Earl Spence moving the goalpost time and time again. I could fight Terrence Crawford, but I could also move up to 160 and fight Canelo. And a lot of people love to negate the fact that, oh, that was on the DAZN platform. That shit was on the DAZN platform. The same niggas that made an excuse for whenever Earl Spence ran up out the fucking Mandalay Bay after Bud sent Sean Porter to sleep experts. People was trying to say, oh, well, the reason why he hop in the ring is because he was a top-ranked event in ESPN, and oh, he had the shit, and oh, he had a fart, and oh, his mama probably called him, and all this other goofy-ass shit. You made every excuse known to man for Earl Spence, as y'all love to do. But then y'all want to turn around and give him a pass for doing an interview on the DAZN platform, right? Pandering for a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Make it make sense. Make that shit make sense. And can y'all please hit my goddamn like button? Can we run the likes up to 100? And then I'll drop the link. Can we please, if anybody hadn't hit the like button, if you're in the chat, if you're enjoying the show, if you hate me, but you like my show, or vice versa, can you hit the link, hit the motherfucking like button, get the likes up to 100, then I'll drop the links. Let me see. Back to the comments I go. CY, okay. Shout out to my dog, ASAP, 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 ASAP. Shout out to my nigga ASAP, man. He said E3, what up? Celtics just got their ass. Well, hey, bro, I had the game on, but I really didn't get to watch it because I was getting ready to go live and my stomach been hurting all day. Oh, my God. Man, I ate some hot wings yesterday from Red Claws, and I tell you, they was hot because a nigga got mud butt in my General Big Fish voice. I mean, my stomach been tossing and turning all day. I almost canceled on y'all tonight. I ain't even gonna lie. But I thought about Brimley cussing me out every time I pushed the show date back. And I said, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with this ignorant motherfucker. So I'm going to just fight through it. I'm going to get my Kobe Bean Bryant on. I'm playing hurt. I'm like Michael Jordan with the flu, but really he had food poisoning, right? I'm getting my, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing hurt right now. I'm playing hurt. I'm hobbled, but it is what it is. Let me see. Let me check on my likes so I can drop this link. Okay, I'm 9 likes away. If y'all get them up to 100, I'm going to drop the link. I know some people thumbs up in this bitch. I know y'all don't like me, but you're still in this bitch listening. So since you're listening, you might as well go ahead and hit the like, but you might as well since you're here. I mean, why would you waste gas and do all this extra shit to drive over here to the function? And then when you get here, you don't even want to ring the doorbell. Well, what the fuck you waiting outside for? Go home. You feel what I'm saying? If you don't want to come in and party with E-Thriller in the Wolf Pack, hit the goddamn like button or exit the premises. Shout out to my nigga Dub J. He's wait a minute, Dub. Hold on. My shit lagging. Hold on, y'all. Wu says, so if this fight is the best fight in the last 40 years, why it takes so long to make? Hey, man, Earl is also the guy that said, the belts don't feed my family, even though he had to go collect the belts before he decided to take the biggest fight that would have made the most money for him at the time. I'm just saying. Yes, sir. I ain't lying. I don't know why. And speaking to that point, I got to do one motherfucking thing. And I normally don't do this, but I'm going to start doing this shit more and more often whenever I go live, because I'm not going to respond to you goofy ass niggas in my comment section no more. Because a lot of you niggas like to be TMT. Shout out to the BFB Master Q who coined that phrase. Too much typing in the chat. So I ain't about to lip wrestle with you in the motherfucking chat when in my community section. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start frying these motherfucking dumbass comments on my channel whenever I go live sometimes. As a matter of fact, let me pull this shit up. Where is it? So I posted this earlier today. Y'all let me know in the chat. Drop some threes in the chat if y'all can see this. Matter of fact, let me remove this. Let me zoom in. Hold on, y'all. All right, so I just posted this about how many hours ago? 3 hours ago. I put 61 days left, and I bet all you Earl sexuals are nervous as fuck. Hashtag the Black Picasso, Terrence Crawford, Fish Fry Season, Boogeyman. We back outside. You understand what I'm saying? 2 times undisputed loading, right? You see Bud working because that's all he do. The man been in shape. You heard what he said. He said that if the fight were to happen 2 weeks away, he's ready right fucking now. But let me show you some shit because I ain't about to read all these comments. I wanted to respond to one particular comment just for one night only, right? And let me go to this shit because shout out to, hold on, this dude, Wallow105. This isn't about him, but he left a comment. And this other dude, I guess he tried to say that I'm a Bud sexual and I'm a Bud buddy, which I really don't give a fuck about none of that. But I wanted to address 1 point and 1 point only. He said, and I quote, where did she go? Okay, so here he is. I don't even know how to say this fucking Neanderthal name. His name is Jub Kills, I guess. I don't know. He has a weird ass profile pic, but anyway, he said, at Karate Body, you seem biased in that sense. Because this very channel, E-Thriller, is very disrespectful and crazy towards EJ. Shrugging emojis. Let's stop it right there. I call bullshit. Because one thing y'all niggas can't say about me, E-Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, I don't ever talk about Earl Spence off the ring issues. I don't ever talk about his drinking. I don't ever talk about the drinking and driving or being an alcoholic. Hell, I don't even make those points, right? Whenever I debate with you fucking Neanderthals, even in my community section, even though it's very easy for me to do that, I feel like it's just like, it's not a challenge. I mean, that's too easy. I can hit you with a fucking check left hook this other way. I can reverse pivot and hit you with a straight right hand, a la Floyd Mayweather. So why would I hit you with a low blow with the Earl Spence and the this and that, and he's drunk in the car wreck? I don't even like talking about that goofy ass shit because that's his personal problem. That's his personal business. We all have our vices. I got my vices, and I told y'all that a long goddamn time ago. But for you to sit up here and say that I'm very disrespectful towards Errol, nigga, how? Well, I mean, tell me whether I tell a lie. I criticize Earl Spence for ducking, but I criticize Earl Spence for moving the fucking goalpost, right? I've criticized Earl Spence for not giving us the true fight fans, you know, the real bosses of boxing, the fight that we have been clamoring for 4 to 5 fucking years, right? So tell me where I told a lie. How is that shit disrespectful? For me holding this man to his words, for me holding Errol Spence accountable, for me saying that Errol Spence, hey man, the PBC ain't treating you right. You need to leave the PBC. I've done shows on this shit. How's that being disrespectful? We seen Errol Spence tweet, and I quote, which could have been taken either way, but he pretty much alluded to it with the interview with Stephen A. Like, hey man, I had to push for this fight because my team was trying to get me to fight a nigga that I didn't want to fight, which once again was bullshit. Because we all know Tom Brown, shout out to him, who works, you know, day to day and run the promotional side of things with the PBC, petitioned for you to fight Keith Thurman. He did that on your behalf, and it said it in a fucking article. Go back and fact check me. Go watch some of my old videos, because I'm not going to show this shit because y'all niggas don't read any fucking way. So I just want to know by anybody in the chat or anybody that come on my panel, what do I say disrespectful about Errol Spence other than him being a fucking duck? I wait. I will fucking wait. Huh. Niggas is retarded. Let me get this shit off my screen. Stupid motherfucker. But anyway, man, let me check on my likes. My likes, I'm still 5 likes behind. So let me just go ahead and read some more of these comments till y'all get the likes up. Then I'll drop the link, man. Let y'all come on and rock. Let me see, man. Let me see. Where was I? Hold on, y'all. It's hot as fuck in here. Let me see. Where did my shit go? All right, who haven't I got? What up to Bruce Gas, Boxing the Jazz More? How are you, kind sir? I see you. He said, salute, bro, man, the Black Picasso. How are you? I appreciate you for stopping by, man. Salute. Who haven't I got? I'm trying to see. Who else? This is a good comment. Wu said, gotta love how they shit on Bud and discount his resume before 147, but at the same time, justify Earl fighting Mikey and Danny, who ain't did shit at 147. Both them careers were made in lower weight classes. Hey, that's a hell of a point, bro. That's a point that I always make, bro. Why do we give Danny Garcia all this credit for doing some shit that he's never done at 147? Yeah, he won a belt, but who did he beat for the belt? Because you niggas love to use that argument whenever it comes to Terrence Crawford at 140. Y'all like to make fun of Ndongo. Y'all like to make fun of all these other niggas that he fought at 140 and at 135, the likes of a Ricky Burns. And y'all say that he done had all these goddamn exhibitions. But my nigga, like, who did Danny Garcia beat at 147? I mean, yes, granted, he has fought damn near everybody at 147 outside of a Terrence Bud Crawford because he decided to go fight Adrian fucking Granados at the time. He turned down his biggest payday, which was $3 million plus pay-per-view upside from ESPN, along with a shot at the WBO strap to go fight Adrian Granados. And you niggas love to use him as leverage on Errol Spence's resume. Please don't make me fart. Pretty please. Excellent fucking comment. As a matter of fact, let me like that shit. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, man. But anyway, hold on. Damn, my shit lagging. Shout out to my nigga X, man. I see your boy was popping. Shout out to my brother, man. General Big Fish. He said E3 was good. My brother was popping. I can't call it. How are you, kind sir? Okay, y'all dropping threes in the chat. Y'all let me know. What up to my boy, Baby Juju, man? Where you been at, boy? Where you been at, man? It's popping. He said, Bud stopping him 7-9, fam. I can't see Earl making past 9. Damn. I got to go in 10 and 11, man. 10 or 11. I think he's going to get Earl up out of there. Rounds 10 or 11. That's my prediction. And I'm sticking to it. Let me see. Yeah, man, stop ducking that like button. I appreciate it. Who haven't I got, man? What up, Brian Bowden? He said, you messing with a real mean guy. Earl, I've been all over the world, military and civilian. Never seen this focus up close like I've seen eye to eye with Bud. It's different. Yeah, man. He looked razor sharp, too. He already in shape. He already in camp. You know, Gilly was making fun of him, saying, like, damn, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he got a fight coming up because I think he did an interview before they even announced the fight. So, hey, man, shout out to everybody. But let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and drop the link because y'all some disrespectful motherfuckers. Y'all act like y'all can't get my likes up to 100. Can y'all get my likes up to 100? Jesus. And I just got a notification, which is always great. Shout out. I don't know if you want me to say your government name, so I'm gonna just say Big Ace. Shout out to Big Ace, man, for that Cash App donation. He said for a great show as always. Hashtag Big Ace. Hey man, I appreciate your love and support, fam. And y'all already know I gotta get you right, man. I gotta get you right. Where my shit at? Hold on, man. I gotta get you right. God damn it, my shit lagging, man. Here it is.
Get a black, 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 fuck 'em up. Then what? Turn up. Then what?
Y'all know nothing about that yak, man. Shout out to Kodak Black, man. Shout out to my niggas from Miami and Florida and Broward County. Stand the fuck up, man, if you're rocking with E-Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. Let me get a few more comments, man. Let me get a few more. Hold on, man. Stop the presses. Stop the motherfucking presses. I got a special guest in the building. Shout out to my brother, my motherfucking best friend, Scotty Nino, then pulled up on his boy E-Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso. He said, go Thriller. Hey, man, what's popping?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man, because I know you got to wake up early and go to work tomorrow, fam, and so do I. So I appreciate you for rocking with your boy E-Thriller, man, and you already know I'm going to tap in with you tomorrow, fam. I hope you're enjoying the show. Shout out to my brother, man. Shout out to my nigga, Scotty Nino, a.k.a. Slum Brady. The coldest nigga I know him, man. I mean, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. If any one of you niggas want to play Madden for some money online, hey, man, holla at Scotty Nino, a.k.a. Slum Brady. This dude is the best Madden player I've ever personally played. I'm just going to throw that out there. So if y'all want some smoke, I got a nigga for you. Hit me up. DM me. Do whatever you got to do. Drop something in the chat. Shout out to Scotty Nino once again, man. It don't matter, said facts. Kell Brook fought 9 months after his fight with Triple G. That man had to get back down to 147 from 160 and heal a broken face bone. Facts. Big facts. But yeah, man, I think I've been cooking long enough. I'm missing 2 likes, so I guess I'll be a little lenient and drop this motherfucking link. And let me paste this in the chat. But as a matter of fact, make sure y'all go sub up to my new channel. But let me say this. Hold on, where my shit at? Hold on, y'all. I'm using my new computer and my shit. Okay, all right. So panel etiquette. Whenever you come on the panel, man, whenever you click on that link, which I really appreciate, just FYI, make sure you turn your camera on just so I can get some security clearances because we don't want nobody doing no fugazi ass shit on air, right? Then you can cut your camera off once I validate who you are. Number 2, please mute your audio until I introduce you as the host, right? Number 3, you're going to have 5 minutes to speak. Once your 5 minutes is up, I'm going to pass the mic. And if it's a big panel of like 5 to 6 motherfuckers, then just be mindful. Just be mindful of this next rule, which is rule number 4. Please don't dominate the show because you got a lot of people on the panel that want to speak. You got a lot of people that want to come on and pop their shit and say whatever the fuck they got to say. So can y'all please have some sort of sense of awareness of your surroundings? Because once again, this is not y'all show, even though I am a man of the people. Can you please not dominate the goddamn show? That's why I have a panel, because I want to hear a difference of opinion, right? And rule number 5, very fucking important. Please don't mention anybody else's channel on my channel. I don't want you to shout nobody else out. And if you're going to shout somebody out, then goddamn it, that's paid promotion. And you got to send me a goddamn cash out. So if y'all want to shout out all these other niggas and give them props or shit on them and say X, Y, Z because y'all mad about some shit that they said over that way, make sure y'all hit me up on the cash out because that's paid promotion because they don't even let y'all niggas go on their channel and hop on their panels and promote niggas like me and shit like that. So I expect the same in return. Please don't do that. Pretty please. And last but not least, rule number 6, please respect the host and my guests. Please respect the host and my guests. Going out to my guy, is that Stephen Brimley? You're live on the chat with the pack. Holla at me, fam. What's poppin'?
Man, today's for me is about the Little Fish and Propaganda Q, my brothers. I love those guys. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I can't call it, man. I'm just waiting on 2 more likes to get up to 100. How are you, kind sir?
I'm all right, man. I'm glad you cooking on this subject, man.
Hey, but before you get on this subject, can you speak to the peeping toms about not hitting the goddamn like button? Go ahead, Brent. Let them know what to do.
Fucking like button. Quit playing games. Share and sub, man. If you're enjoying the content, show the love. You heard?
Appreciate that, Brim. Go ahead.
No doubt.
Maybe they'll hit it for you.
Just real quick, man. I wish people would go ahead and just tell the truth. Errol Spence had to force their hand. And he basically told everybody, I forced their hand. The play was Thurman. That was the play. The play was Thurman. The whole petitioning, the whole moving them up out of the blue to number one. That was their game plan, bro. Errol Spence went against the grain, and that's why he's getting some of my respect back, but not all of it, because he should have did this back in August. He grew his backbone. And he live up to his word. What he say, but Bud be lying and all this. Man, come on, man. Spare me the details.
I mean, Bud is a liar, but Errol Spence never lied. Errol Spence said everything. He just stuck to the script this entire time. Is basically what they be trying to tell us, which is bullshit.
Listen, man, you got, aerosexuals is one thing, but you got Errol stands, and the Errol stands are pitiful. Hold
on. Not to cut you off. Can you explain that a little bit more? Because this is the first time I'm hearing this, Brim. What is an Errol stand?
It's past aerosexual. Aerosexual is just a genuine love for Errol Spence, but an Errol stand is a person that looks for anything that Bud does and looks to go negative, or everything that they do to big up Spence has to be a downplay of Bud. They have to down Bud to big up Errol in every way. So Errol stands is ridiculous, man. They are so fugazi, and they'll walk around talking about other people, and all they do is dick suck. That's all they do is dick suck Errol Spence, and all they do is find a way to throw shade at Bud. They listen to anything but say just to find something to throw shade on, instead of just trying to get it back.
My bad, not to cut you off, but a lot of these goofy niggas love to bring up the fact that, Terrence Crawford said he was past that fight. He said, he don't want to fight Errol Spence. But they negate to mention the fact of Errol Spence moving the goalposts, Errol Spence talking about his horses, his cows, his chickens, and all this extra shit whenever he was asked about fighting Bud. Or I can move up to fight Canelo at 160 pounds on the DAZN platform. They don't want to talk about none of that. They don't want to talk about the easy. And then whenever we bring up the easy route shit, they try to make excuses and try to parse together words like, he meant, it's easier to make the fights. No, nigga, that's not what the fuck he said. He said, why not go the easier route and knock out Sean Porter? Why not? Why not? He didn't say, hey, man, just do it on my side of the street so it's easier to make these fights. He said that shit after the fact, later on down the line. But for whatever reason, they never bring that up. They never do. But go ahead, Brim. I'm sorry.
It's okay, my brother. I'm going to go ahead and finish with this because anybody else that jumps on. But it's simple as this, man. And I said this when you were calling me an aerosexual. Bud said those things out of frustration. I wish he hadn't said them because they're going to be used against him because Errol stands don't care. They're only going to find the negative about you to big up their guy. And I said that when you were calling me an aerosexual, and I stand by that. Most of the things that Bud has made mistakes on has been things based off frustration or based on just not having the knowledge and doing so. Like the whole thing with the promotions, not the promotion, but the whole thing with the negotiating with the first fight. He was inexperienced trying to do that. That's where I fault him at. But at the end of the day, if it wouldn't be an issue if the offer was on point and everything was right in the first place. But again, they only going to watch Terrence Crawford and look at things Terrence Crawford say and do just to try to find a fault, just to try to throw sand, just to try to throw shade. Shout out to my brothers, Little Fish and Propaganda Q, though, with a fake-ass win this morning.
Hey, let me ask you this, fam, because you just mentioned the point about you give Bud some of the blame because he should have been smarter. I see you, COE. You can cut your cam off, bro. Let me ask you this. You've made a point to say that, the budget ran out, with PBC. That's why they couldn't make the fight in 2022, correct?
The fourth quarter budget looked real questionable, bro.
Right, which is why they didn't get guarantees, in those first two offers, correct?
That's what it looks like to me, clearly.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a fact, but that was your opinion of the situation.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. I didn't say that's the absolute fact, but that's what the evidence looked like it's showing, yes.
Right. Well, stay with me, Brim. I get what you're trying to say. But I say all that to say, how can you blame Bud then? How is it his fault that he got offered 2 fucked up contracts, him and Earl. Because I'm the nigga that said, hey man, Earl, you should have left the PBC just to try to make this fight. I did several videos and shows on this shit way back when. Just go back and fact check me, right? Because both of them niggas was getting screwed. So really, a lot of you niggas that love to criticize Terrence Crawford for being this bad businessman should really be on your hands and knees thanking this nigga because he got your guy his biggest fucking payday, guaranteed. Go ahead, bro.
Two things about that.